everybody, welcome to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're going to make something extra specially different than the norm. We're going to make a southern country ham. Yep, this baby is a raised country ham coming from us from Mount Airy, North Carolina. Now y'all might wonder, where in the heck is Mount Airy, North Carolina, and where the heck is North Carolina? Well, North Carolina is in the deep south, well, the south, and it's south of Virginia, north of South Carolina. And Mount Airy is a little town that I've been to many times, and y'all don't think you know it, but you do, because Mount Airy, North Carolina, is the home of the fictional town where, oh gosh, what was that show? Now I forgot. Mayberry RFD. Yeah, y'all remember those two actors? Andy Griffith and Barney Fife. Yep, I know you know those people. Andy Griffith was the sheriff of Mayberry, and Barney Fife was his deputy sheriff with a one bullet in his pocket. Now, Mount Airy is a real nice small little town out in the country, North Carolina, and when you go down the road, as you enter it, there's a little rise in the hill just before you get in, and at the side of the road, on the top of the rise of the hill, on the left, they have a 1962 Galaxy painted black and white, just like Barney Fife's cruiser, patrol car, prowl car. And they have a blow-up doll or some kind of stuffed pumpkin kind of thing of Barney Fife sitting in there. And it says, "Welcome to Mayberry, North Carolina." And that's where the town show came from. So it's a really nice place. Anyway, let me show you a little bit more about this country ham and tell you a little bit about it, and we'll go from there. Alright, interestingly enough, this particular ham came vacuum packed in plastic wrap, which is very unusual for a country ham, because a country ham is hung, smoked, and air dried, and is hard as a rock and completely dry on the outside, and can have some molds and stuff on the outside which are completely edible, but you scrub off with a little Dobie pad or something. But anyway, this one doesn't, but we still need to smoke it. The smell is absolutely gorgeous, and if you're from the South, if you understand Southerners, you understand how appetizing that smell of a country ham is. Okay, so here we flipped the ham over. 16 pounds of North Carolina peanut-fed goodness here, and I'm going to show you how to prep it, and I'm going to show you how to make it, which is delicious. Since there's no mold, there's no ugliness, there's no dirtiness that we have to scrub off, so we're going straight into the soak. What we're going to do is we're going to stick this in a big pot of cool water, and we're going to soak it for 24 to 48 hours, changing the water every, I'd say 6 to 8 hours, because we want to take some of the salt out. A salt cured ham, which is country ham, has been buried in a tray of salt for many days. Then it's been hung up to dry and slightly smoke. Now, salting and smoking is a way of curing ham that predates, probably Jesus Christ himself. It is a way of preserving meat before refrigeration was invented. Italian prosciutto, Spanish jamon serrano, all those types of hams from the old world are the precursors of American country ham. Now, when those immigrants came to the United States, or the States, back before we were a country, they brought their ways of curing ham to be able to eat and live during the winter. And this is what is American country ham. It is very different from the ham that you buy at the grocery store and the deli counter that's sliced, because that ham is very wet, and it's injected with 10% of a saline solution. It's baked and it's cooked in a completely different process. This is a raw whole hog ham that's been cured in salt. hung up to dry, smoked, and it is completely different and has a completely different flavor profile. You can stick this in your covered wagon or the trunk of your car, carry it across the United States for 6 months, pull it out, soak it, and cook it and eat it, and you'll be totally fine when you're done. This is what made people who traveled back in the olden days able to do that without going extinct. This is the recipe of food preservation. So stick with me and I'll show you how it's done. Right, so here I have, I guess it's a 5-gallon pot that I put the ham in, and I'm filling with cool water, tap water here. And I'm just going to go ahead and set it in the corner of the kitchen here out of the way. And about every 6 to 8 hours, I'm going to dump it and I'm going to replace the water. All right, here we are 48 hours later. The ham has been soaking, changing water every 8 hours or so. What we've done is we put it in a foiled pan, and we're just going to add some Coca Cola. You can use any kind of flavor you want. I know some people use 7-Up, some people use RC Cola, but I don't know. I always learn to use Coke. So there we go. Now what we're going to do is cover it in foil and put it in a 350-degree oven for 4 hours, about 15 minutes per pound. Join me then. Alright, so I'm going to make my sweetened glaze here. What I got is 2 cups of dark brown sugar, and we're going to put in some blackstrap molasses, and we're going to make a paste. Okay, mix it up real well, and that's what we're going to paint onto the ham to give it that nice little glaze. Okay? Alright, so this ham is perfectly done. It 4 hours in the oven at 350 degrees. It's temped at 160 degrees internal, which is perfect. So now I'm going to score the skin and we're going to glaze it. Some people like to remove the skin and then score the underlying meat, but I happen to like the pork rind. It is a delicacy. That's what they make pork cracklings, chicharrones, out of. So yeah, it's tasty. It's an acquired taste, of course, but there we go. So now we have our glaze here, and we're going to smear it on like so, and then we're going to put this baby back in the oven for about 20 minutes and let it brown up, and then we are done. So join me then. Alright, so there was another 15 minutes in the oven at 350, and the brown sugar and the blackstrap molasses has all run through and gone into the nooks and crannies, and glazes nicely, and it promises to give it a delicious flavor, and I know it will because I've been making these things all my life. And so I'm going to take a little slice here and show you what deliciousness the ham is. Very tender. Let me see if I can move this. It's got a gorgeous red color. That's from the smoking, and it's full bone in, and so we're not going to waste a thing. We're going to utilize those bones to make collard greens and to season all kinds of other stuff. And look at this softness, and you can see that's completely good high protein. It still has a slightly salty flavor, but that is typical of country ham. And so folks, thanks for joining me. I hope maybe I've given a few of you the desire to try and make one. The links to Ray's Smokehouse and Meats are in the notes below. You can go ahead and order them, and if you order them online, they send them to you with free shipping. So thanks folks, and you have a great day.